Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Hope's redemption story lead to a life-saving moment for Steffy? The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates reveal Hope Logan, Annika Noel, has found herself in hot water due to a series of questionable decisions that have drawn significant criticism. Among her most regrettable actions is the moment she decided to impose an unwelcome kiss on Steffy Forrester's, Jacqueline McSinswood, husband, a choice that has only made things worse. At the Forrester party, Hope made a bold move by kissing John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, prompting Steffy to take action by prohibiting any further communication between them. Steffy firmly believes that there's no reason for Finn and Hope to cross paths again. However, if Hope discovers that Steffy is in peril, she may find herself compelled to reach out to Finn. A surprising turn of events could arise, pushing Hope to contact Finn and guide him toward the truth. This could be Hope's opportunity for redemption, so it's worth contemplating what lies ahead for her. Is a redemption arc on the horizon for Hope, involving Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, and her kidnapping Steffy, keeping her in a cage in a building slated for demolition? It seems she's taken a dark turn by drugging Steffy and planning to keep her captive during the week of August 26 to 30, according to upcoming spoilers. This situation raises the stakes significantly since there is a real possibility of tragedy. We can't help but wonder how Steffy might be saved. What if Hope catches wind of Luna's sinister actions and suspects that Steffy is in danger? Could she reach out to Finn and join forces for a daring rescue? It wouldn't be the first time Hope was a hero for someone trapped in a cage. Viewers should recall she saved Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, from Justin Barber, Aaron D. Spears. While it may contradict Steffy's wishes, Finn and Hope could certainly justify their actions. Steffy will require assistance to survive, and she might end up appreciating Hope's efforts to investigate and guide Finn toward the truth. We know Finn is destined to stumble upon a clue at the Spencer mansion, likely involving Steffy's phone. However, that alone won't reveal Steffy's current whereabouts. Could Hope play a role in Steffy's rescue if she realizes that Luna isn't as innocent as she appears? This could lead to a moment of redemption for Hope if she steps up for Steffy when it truly matters. Stay tuned for more predictions on the unfolding drama. Hope Logan's life had always been a complex tapestry woven with love, betrayal, and redemption. She had faced countless challenges, but none as significant as the one that now lay before her. As the tension between her and Steffy Forrester escalated, it seemed that the universe was setting the stage for a moment that could change everything for both women. For months, Hope had been grappling with the consequences of her actions. Her affair with Thomas Forrester, Steffy's brother, had shaken the foundations of her marriage to Liam Spencer. It had also caused an irreparable rift between her and Steffy, who had been more than just a rival. She had been a friend, a sister in many ways. The betrayal ran deep, and while Steffy tried to move on, the scars remained. Hope had been desperate to make amends, but every attempt seemed to push Steffy further away. The guilt weighed heavily on her, and the realization that she might never regain Steffy's trust haunted her. But Hope was determined not to give up. She knew that redemption was a journey, not a destination, and she was willing to walk that path, no matter how difficult. As autumn settled over Los Angeles, the atmosphere in Forrester Creations was tense. The fashion house was buzzing with activity, preparing for the highly anticipated launch of a new collection. Steffy and Hope were at the helm, forced to work together despite the lingering animosity. Their interactions were polite but cold, filled with unspoken words and unresolved pain. It was during one of these days, as they worked late into the evening, that fate decided to intervene. The office was quiet, save for the soft hum of computers and the distant sound of traffic outside. Steffi had stayed behind to finalize some last-minute details, determined to make the collection a success. Hope, equally dedicated, was in her office across the hall, reviewing designs. The silence was broken by a sudden, sharp cry from Steffi's office. Hope's heart raced as she rushed across the hall, fearing the worst. She burst through the door to find Steffi on the floor, clutching her chest in pain. Her face was pale, and her breathing was labored. "Steffi!" Hope cried, dropping to her knees beside her. "What's happening?" Steffi could barely speak, her words coming out in gasps. I don't know. My chest. It hurts." Panic surged through Hope, but she forced herself to stay calm. She quickly called 911, giving the operator the necessary information while trying to comfort Steffi. "Hang on, Steffi. Help is on the way," Hope said, her voice trembling. She grabbed Steffi's hand, squeezing it tightly. "Just breathe. You're going to be okay." But as the minutes ticked by, Steffi's condition worsened. Her grip on Hope's hand weakened, and her eyes fluttered closed. Desperation clawed at Hope's chest as she realized that Steffi was slipping away. "No, Steffi, stay with me." Hope pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "Don't you dare give up. You have so much to live for. Your children, your family. Please, Steffi, fight." In that moment, something shifted inside Hope. The years of rivalry, the bitterness, and the resentment all melted away, leaving only a profound sense of love and responsibility. She couldn't lose Steffi, not like this, not when there was so much left unsaid. Hope's mind raced, searching for anything that could help. Then she remembered a first aid course she had taken years ago. Acting on instinct, she began performing CPR, her hands moving methodically as she counted the compressions. She prayed with every beat of Steffi's heart that it wouldn't be the last. Time seemed to stretch into eternity as Hope continued her efforts. The sound of sirens in the distance brought a glimmer of hope, but she knew that Steffi's life hung in the balance. She couldn't let her go, not when she had the chance to save her. When the paramedics finally arrived, they quickly took over, working with precision and urgency. Hope stepped back, her body trembling with exhaustion and fear. She watched as they stabilized Steffi, her heart aching with a mixture of relief and anxiety. As Steffi was loaded onto the stretcher, one of the paramedics turned to Hope. "You did a good job. You may have saved her life." Hope nodded, but her mind was too numb to fully comprehend the gravity of the situation. She followed the paramedics to the ambulance, climbing inside without hesitation. She wasn't about to leave Steffi's side, not after everything they had been through. The ride to the hospital was a blur of flashing lights and medical jargon. Hope sat beside Steffi, holding her hand and silently praying for her recovery. The weight of their history pressed down on her, but in that moment, all that mattered was Steffi's survival. When they arrived at the hospital, Steffi was rushed into the emergency room, leaving Hope standing alone in the corridor. The minutes ticked by like hours as she waited for any news. Her mind replayed the events of the evening over and over, and she couldn't shake the fear that she might have been too late. Finally, a doctor emerged from the ER, his expression serious but calm. Hope's heart pounded in her chest as she approached him. "She's stable," the doctor said, and Hope felt her knees nearly give way with relief. "We're still running tests, but it looks like she had a heart attack. She's going to need some time to recover, but she's alive, thanks to you." Tears welled up in Hope's eyes as the weight of the situation fully sank in. She had saved Steffi's life. The realization was overwhelming, a mixture of joy and sorrow, redemption and regret. As Hope was led to Steffi's room, she couldn't help but think about the journey that had brought them to this moment. The rivalry, The betrayals, the pain, they had all led to this. But now something had changed. In saving Steffi's life, Hope had found a new purpose, a new sense of clarity. When she entered the room, she saw Steffi lying in the bed, her face pale but peaceful. Hope approached her cautiously, unsure of what to say. But as she reached the bedside, Steffi's eyes fluttered open, and a small smile tugged at the corners of her lips. "Hope," Steffi whispered, her voice weak but filled with gratitude. "Thank you." Hope took Steffi's hand, squeezing it gently. "You don't have to thank me, Steffi. I'm just glad you're okay." Steffi nodded, her eyes filling with tears. I never imagined that you." "I'm sorry, Hope." "For everything." Hope shook her head, her own tears spilling over. "No, Steffi, I'm the one who's sorry. I've made so many mistakes, and I know I can't take them back. But I promise you from now on, things will be different." As they sat together in that hospital room, the air between them was no longer filled with tension and resentment, but with a sense of understanding and forgiveness. The past couldn't be erased, but they could move forward, stronger and closer than ever before. In the end, it wasn't just Steffi who had been saved that night. Hope had found her redemption, not through grand gestures or dramatic apologies, but through a simple act of love and courage. And in that moment, as they held each other's hands, both women knew that their lives would never be the same.